Hello and welcome to Ellen's Crochet channel. Today is Sunday, November 23rd, 2025. My name is Ellen. If you're new to my channel, I appreciate you stopping by, watching my videos. And as I say to those who do stop by and watch my videos, I appreciate the comments. And I appreciate those that hit the bell and subscribe to my channel. My channel is about my craft, my love of crochet and yarn. And pretty much Sunday I come on and I just ramble, talk, and let you know things that I've been working on, what I may have seen out while I was out shopping, you know, craft related, I should say. So today is Sunday, and I actually did go to Walmart very early this morning. I like to go early in the morning. And I had to get some incidentals because Thanksgiving is on Thursday. And as I always do, I passed through. I strolled past the yarn aisle and the notions. Did not buy any yarn. I generally do not buy yarn at Walmart, although I do like their mainstays yarn. And I will say, Christmas is coming. Last year I made a scarf and I used Loops and Threads yarn in red and white. And when I washed it, the red ran all through the white. I have a video on that actually. So, and I have made a blanket with mainstays, red, white, and blue. Washed it, perfect. So yeah, you have to watch with the red. And actually that red scarf, I put one of those color catchers and I washed it on cold. I was very careful because it was the first red item that I had made. Yeah, I wasn't happy. I'm not happy with Loops and Threads yarn. Let's get to Loops and Threads yarn. This is Loops and Threads. This is Michael's Loops and Threads ombre and the color taupe. I made this week. This is my Hexicardi, which I finished. And the yarn is like that red heart that has a film on it. You know, I don't know why they do that. We don't need film on our yarn. But I washed it, hoping that it would soften up and maybe the film, whatever coating they put on would, you know, they say if you put it in the dryer. So I washed it and I actually put it in the dryer. It did soften up, not as much as I would like, because as you can see, it's still, I don't know. I didn't have any fabric softener, but I will wash it again, and hopefully it'll soften up a little bit more, because, you know, even if I give it to someone, I want it to be soft and comfy, not stiff and film-like. So anyhow, it's done, and happy that that project is complete. So what else have I worked on? I finished well, these are socks that I showed before. These are going to be my house socks. Well, mostly all my crochet socks will be house socks. Okay, and I blocked them. And they came out perfect. I did not put a ribbing on top because I will be honest with you, most of the times if I'm in a house socks, I'll fall asleep on the couch, and you know, you really shouldn't have anything constricting your ankles. So yeah, these are going to be my comfy house socks. I think they came out great. This is an Olga Poltava's Easy Fit crochet socks, something to that. I'll link it below. This yarn is Universal Sugar Sake. It's 50% superwash merino, 25% bamboo, and 25% nylon. So I would suggest this if you need a sock that's very stretchy and giving. This yarn is perfect. And at first, when I first started this pair of socks, I did come across a factory knot, but did not come across another one. So I'm guessing it was a fluke. And originally I said I would not purchase this yarn anymore. I take that back because it's lovely. You know, it was just a fluke, which happens. So, you know, sometimes we talk too soon, and I'll be the first to admit that. But, so this is my second pair of crochet socks. This was my first pair. which I did in Premier Fruits, which is 100% acrylic. And actually not, I think it's 75% acrylic. It does have some nylon in it, but not as much. So it's not as stretchy, but it works up beautifully. So, yeah, I mean, it does have stretch. Don't get me wrong. Just does not have as much stretch as the sugar sake. But they both worked up fine, perfect. I love the pattern. Yeah, so I have to send a picture to Erin, Crafting Kitty, for my completed socks. I got 2 pairs done. And also my evil twin, Missy, from Missy's Yarniverse and more. I'm pretty sure that's it. She mentioned yesterday on her channel, and I'm going to link it below, that there may be a crochet along with a new sock book with all sock patterns. So I need to go and inquire about getting that book because, yeah, I'm enjoying working up socks. It's a project that you can keep in your car and work. I found working on this after work, you know, after coming home at night, because it's, you know, you don't have to really look at the pattern as if you're just going and going. It's one of those crochet things that is quick. Surprisingly, I found crocheting a pair of socks quick. I'm sure it's quicker than knitting them. I haven't learned how to knit, but that's another video. I actually have, I need to stock up on some sock yarn. I do have this K&C. I have actually a few hanks of this, and this, I don't see anybody bringing this back. It's K&C, which is Knit and Crochet, which was a Joanne yarn, hand-painted sock wool. 75% superwash merino and 25% polyamide. And, you know, I got this for, I don't know, probably $3 and something cents. And I think it was regularly, I don't know how much when Joanne was going out. And I wish I had purchased more, because actually I have 3 of these, and I made a shawl out of it with this yarn, and it was beautiful. Different colorway though. I think I made one a bag of days shawl. It's on my channel. Okay, so what did I finish this week? What did I work on over the weekend? Let me show you. Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming has a Makealong. October was you picked a pattern with your name, and I picked my name is Ellen, and I picked the Dreieck X2 shawl, which is, Dreieck X2 means triangle shawl in German. Okay, so this was the Ellen triangle shawl, and this was my October, which I made. This was, you know, I think, I'm not really sure if I paid for the pattern. It's your basic granny triangle shawl. Yeah, you didn't even need I didn't need a pattern because, you know, I've worked this up before. But this was the pattern, Dreieck X2 Ellen. And I did this in Hobby Lobby's anti-pilling, one of the anti-pilling, in the color Canyon something. But it's lovely. So for November, you had to pick a pattern with your parents' names. My father was Daniel. The only pattern I could find was a Daniel the Donkey, which was an amigurumi, and I really don't enjoy working amigurumis. And I thought, Daniel the Donkey? No, my dad wasn't a donkey. So anyhow, I looked for a name with my mother. My mother's name, her first name, her given name was Catherine. She was never called Catherine. She was never called Kathy, that I know of, because, you know, in an Italian family, the firstborn girl is generally called Catherine. So my great-grandmother was Catherine, and my grandfather was one of 9. 7 of them were boys. Needless to say, there were a lot of Catherines. There was Aunt Catherine's and the cousin Catherine's, and, like, yeah, a lot of them. So When my grandmother, who was had 5 girls, my mother was one of 5. The firstborn, she went a little rogue. She didn't name the first one, and they were all girls, Catherine. But my mother was second, and my grandfather won out. Yeah, so that's my mother's name was Catherine, although, like I said, she was never called Catherine. But so my first one I made, and I still have not done that because I need to get the right size pom-pom. This is the Catherine hat. This is a free pattern, and it was by Two Brothers Blanket. Okay, so that was the Catherine hat. They also have a matching cowl scarf pattern, and I worked this up. It was Knit Picks. I don't know what I did with the. It was a Knit Picks yarn, and the color was Badger, and this was alpaca, and I think it was alpaca and superwash. A very soft yarn. I just didn't care that the flecks were not, you know. Look, you could see the flecks just pop off. Yeah, I found them on the floor. Yeah, but very soft yarn. But so that was the first Catherine make for the Makealong with Laura Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming for November. And you know, I thought, am I a fan of the hat? Oh, this was it was Knit Picks Woodland Tweed. No, but it will certainly keep someone warm this winter. I wanted to make something pretty, something that would remind me somewhat of my mother, who I miss dearly, because yeah, she was a special person. So I found another pattern, and I hadn't found this to begin with. Okay, this is the Catherine shawl. It's a free pattern, the Catherine shawl, and it's by Joe's Crafty Hook. I will link it below. This was on the website, Joe's Crafty Hook. It may be on Ravelry, I'm not sure. But, so it's a basic triangle shawl. I actually did a short yesterday, and someone had asked me if it was, because I named the short What's in a Name, because that's what the name of the Makealong is. They had asked me if it was Crystal's, I think, Annabelle shawl. I'm going to say most of these triangle shawls with windows and baubles and different kind of stitches, when you work them up, they all look very similar, but there's many, you know, there may be different aspects of the pattern. So this is the Catherine triangle shawl by Joe's Crafty Hook. Okay, it's a very deep V. Okay. It's all triple crochets and bobbles. It's very deep because you have 3 triple crochets and chain 3s in the center. And she also has you do the ends. It's a free pattern. I'm not giving anything away. 3 triple crochets at the start of each. So it's very deep. It's a very deep V. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of that very deep V. My Westbury shawl is similar, but I don't have bobbles. I do have windows and double crochets, which most of these patterns do. But this is the Catherine shawl, and that's my What's in the Name 2.0 for Laura Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming Makealong. Curious to see what she's going to pick for December, because it was for October, November, and December is her Makealong What's in a Name. Can't wait to find out. So this yarn, this is Crystal Bag O'Day's hand-dyed yarn, and I actually got this in her bargain bin. And when I tell you, this is beautiful superwash merino, beautiful, absolutely beautiful yarn. Look at that color. Really, it's the depth of the color that she achieves is just beautiful. Of course, I don't have a name because it's her bargain bin. And why this was beautiful yarn was in her bargain bin, I just can't imagine. The color is perfect. The yarn is perfect. And I have purchased many hand-dyed yarns. And sometimes you'll see a little bit of break, you know, where the color may have broken or it didn't adhere to the yarn. This is beautiful. There perfect yarn. The color is perfect. There is no break anywhere. It's a beautiful purple aubergine superwash merino. I love it. And this is just what I needed. After working with this yarn, I said I needed to have some beautiful yarn in my hands on my hook, and that's why I made this. Yeah, I love it. So now I may, because you'll notice I did not, the one end I did not weave in, because I'm thinking I may remake this this shawl and not do the triples, 3 triples in the center by the spine. I wanted to make it per the pattern, because that's what the Makealong was. Yeah, I may just modify it. It'll still be the Catherine's shawl, but I'm gonna modify it so it's not as deep, because yeah, I don't prefer to have it. I would have rather have it a little bit wider and a little bit yeah, just not so deep. But that's the Catherine shawl. For Laura Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming Makealong, What's in a Name? And I will link the pattern below. And yeah, that's really much what I've worked on this weekend. Was I needed to get some squish in my hands. I needed a squish fix. And I got my squish fix with some beautiful yarn and a beautiful pattern. And I will say, a few tears rolled while I was doing this, because, you know, I thought of my mom and those of us that no longer have our parents. This is Thanksgiving, and we need to be, I'm thankful for all that I had with her. And I know she's still with me. Sometimes she lets me know. Okay, so that's it. That was it for this weekend. What's next? I plan on finishing my sweet shop blanket. I will not complete the pattern, the total pattern, because there's like over 100 little mini grannies that go border the pattern. I'm just gonna attach, I have 36 of these granny squares. I'm gonna attach them, which I've never done. I have never attached grannies, so that'll be something new. But my goal is to finish this blanket before the end of the year, because I purchased this yarn last year from Wool Warehouse as something that I planned on finishing this year, my first granny square blanket. And I fell in love with the pattern, and I still am, but just not looking forward to 100 mini squares. So I'm just gonna go rogue. Ellen goes rogue. But let me show you about the yarn. This is Yarnsmith's Pebble Haze DK, and also DK Yarnsmith's, there you go, sorry, Prince. Okay, so this is yarn that you get at the Wool Warehouse. I love the Wool Warehouse. Will I be ordering from the Wool Warehouse? Probably not, because of the tariffs right now. But if I do need something, and if it's worth it and they're having a great sale, I probably will, because I love their yarn. This is their house yarn, the house, you know, this is their brand yarn, Yarnsmiths. And so this is acrylic and cotton. It's 67% cotton and 30, is it 67 and 33, something like that, acrylic. Cotton acrylic, beautiful yarn. And most of it is this Yarnsmith's Create double knit, which is 100% acrylic. Now, this is acrylic. It's so soft. It's beautiful, beautiful yarn. This is acrylic. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. There's no comparison. But yeah, so this is Yarnsmith's Create double knit. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful yarn. So that's what's going to be on my hook, amongst other projects. But wish me luck getting these. There's only 36 of them, so I don't think it'll take long. So I have to find an easy way to join these grannies. And I know there are many tutorials out there. And that's what's happening here. Okay, I gabbed already for over 20 minutes. I wanted this to be quick. I probably could have broken this up into 2 videos, but it'll be a busy week preparing for the holiday, and I'm not really sure if I'll get a chance to record this week. So if I do not get a chance to record this week, let me just say I wish you all a happy and blessed Thanksgiving, and a great week ahead. Hopefully you're spending time with family, and yeah, leave a comment. Let me know. What was I asking? I don't even remember. Oh, Walmart. Let me know if you've gone to your local Walmart, if you're in the United States. You know, I know Walmart in Canada is, you know, they have a different yarn. They have different yarns than we do here. Let me know. What's your notions section in Walmart like? Did they clear out the Susan Bates crochet hooks? Because yeah, I found that very yeah, questionable. Like, what's going on? Are they bringing in Prim to perhaps compete with Michael's since we no longer have Joann's? Well, that's it. Take care. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, and I will see you on the next one. Bye now.